Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of The Pit Stop. Today, we're going to be reviewing the third episode of Kylie's Drag Race Season 2. I'm your host, Beach, and today we're joined by the one and only, my day one, and host of one of the most successful long terms in the community, Brandon!
Hey everyone! Hey Beach, how's it going?
Girl, it's going for sure. So it's actually a fun fact. We joined the community together. So, Brandon, question for you.
She is a liar. I was forced. I was begged.
At gunpoint! I have a question.
Literally.
Why do you look like that?
I have an answer. You made me join and you're the one who helped me. So if I look bad, look in the mirror.
I'll catch you outside after filming, okay?
Oh my god, Danielle Bergoli.
Now onto the episode. First, in the workroom, we have the second premiere queens, and most of them have their heads held high. And then there's Whore in the corner, saying that they should have been in the top. Do you agree with what Whore is saying?
I unfortunately do not. I think Whore is a good queen. However, I think the tops were deserved and they were what they were.
Right. I also feel, as Solaria said, it's very discrediting towards Solaria because bitch ate that. I'm sorry. Like, not the lip sync, but she ate.
I don't like when people are like out here discrediting other people's work. Like, if you weren't in the top, do better. Don't be bitter.
And Whore looked a mess. She looked huge. Goop! The slime has dropped.
Dropped right on your head.
Oh! Bitch, first of all, if we're gonna talk about heads, let's talk about that bobblehead looking ass Morph you have on.
Oh! It's Vibora's.
Ah! We're censoring. Here comes the first premiere gals to witness the delusion that's going on. The thing is, at the start, everyone is so egotistical. They hate to see queens like Chai doing good, but they always think that they're better. But the material was there, and clearly theirs was lacking. Anything to comment?
I am honestly just so tired of seeing all these girls get mad at other people's placements. Chai deserved to be where she was, as I just said, and honestly, if you're not in the top, just aim for it the next episode. Don't hate on the other queens. Like, I don't know. It's too much. Just say congrats and move on. If you're bitter, say it in the confessionals. They're gonna get aired. Mwah.
The drama clears up, and it is, in fact, the Peachy show, hosted by yours truly. Brandon, after watching season 1's Smiley Kylie show, would you expect yourself to do good in a challenge like this?
I do, but honestly, I would expect to do better in the Peachy because who is Kylie?
Fun fact, I don't know who that is.
Oh yeah, you know, she just crowned you. No big deal.
I heard it was a hobo man hiding by the dumpsters outside, selling t-shirts in the parking lot. Emphasis on those parking lots. Roll the clip! Well, thank you all for listening to my set. If you liked it, I'll be signing t-shirts in the parking lot. And Kylie will be there trying to import more outfits from The Sims. Have a good night, everyone! Well, you're not the only one that thinks that. And I caught Rehab in particular said in their confessional, this is something they're really good at. So do you think Rehab is just hyping themselves up, or is this something that they'll actually be good at?
I think Rehab is pretty well known for being a talented, like, on the spot when it comes to those types of challenges. So I think she'll do good, but also we've seen so many times in the past how many queens say they're gonna excel and then flop. So it will just be really interesting to see.
Work. So the winners of the 2 premieres get to choose the teams. If you were in their position, who would you choose to be on your team?
My first pick would be Payday if, you know, Payday wasn't in the top, because it's self-explanatory. She is honestly a powerhouse and she is incredibly talented. And my second pick would probably be Rehab. I mean, it speaks for itself.
Right. Hey, Lois. The horse is
here.
The horse is here.
You are the horse.
Nay, bitch. At least I'm not built like one.
Oh, we went there.
Yeah. Yeast no.
You're built like the peach you wore on your head.
It feels
bitch.
like home.
Next.
The second I saw the choices of the teams, I knew there was going to be some tensions in the pairing. In particular, I have found Whore is very vocal about the parts they want. And I know Payday and Angela will also fight to secure the spot they want. If you were in this situation, would you fight back or just let it be and get the unchosen part?
Are you fucking kidding? I'm fighting. I want the spot I want, and that is not negotiable.
It's giving Whore. Delusion.
It's giving I want to win, and I'll do what it takes.
Okay, That's good. That's good. We'll see you. We'll see you.
I mean, would you not? Like, would you just suck it up?
Well, on my season, I got to choose the pairings. So I really, if you win, you don't really have to do anything.
Exactly. If you do it right, you won't have to worry. So
Right.
let's just
And you
keep it
can
at
set
that.
bitches up. Roll the clip.
Right. Go back to season 1. Alex sabotaging everyone.
And especially Lulu. Ooh.
Ooh, sabotaged herself. Love you though, girl.
She gets talked about more than the queens that are actually on the season, I swear. Ran through on the street corner, shaking her shit. That's all I got to say.
That's an insult to everyone on the street corner. Next.
Girl.
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 The drama just doesn't end. We just
does
zoom
not.
over. And Chai's group is also fighting about the spots. And as the leader, Chai decides to step in and start assigning roles because Zia is acting very unruly and, I would say, bratty. Brennan, once again, what would you do in this situation?
I think it's a very interesting thing because I know that I would not do what I say I would do, because if I was in Chai's position, yeah, I'm sabotaging everyone and giving myself the best spot. However, if I was in Zia's position, I would plead for what I want and not take less. So it's very indifferent.
I would like to say I wouldn't act as Zia did, but I definitely would.
I agree. Yeah, we
would love
would.
to see that.
Completely. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you're competing, there's a prize at stake, and I'm gonna fight for the role I want because I'm not risking losing it just so someone else can be happy.
Zooming on over to Team Leftovers, it's noticeable they're arguing less than the others, which is giving very much like Minded Queens. And I live for that. If we were put on a team together, Brandon, do you think we would be like Payday and Chai's groups or much more like the Leftovers?
Honestly, knowing us, we would be more like Payday and Chai's groups because you and I are messy. We both want the parts that we want, and if we didn't get them, whoever the leader is getting dragged.
I just want Melinda again. She needs her part too.
Oh, we don't want you to have it.
On to the challenge. Let's first talk about Team Leftovers. This, by far, was my favorite group to work with. Everyone gave each other time to speak, and they all, for the most part, worked really well.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It was very clear that this group, even though they weren't picked to be together, they excelled the most, and surprisingly, they were like the least confrontational and the least argumentative, and it was great to see.
Like, the teams that were chosen were arguing the most, but I would like to choose people that I'd work with the best. But they did the exact opposite.
I'm just kind of tired of seeing people just picking their friends to pick their friends, because I'm sorry, you can be besties with someone, but that doesn't mean they're gonna do good in a challenge. Like,
right. And I feel like on the topic of Team Leftovers, the only person I felt struggled at all was Seizura, but I don't think the struggle was as bad as the other groups.
honestly, the fact that Seizura literally typed everything and still managed to outsell a multitude of people was insane, because she did verbally the least, yet still managed to top many others.
Chai's group, on the other hand, struggled besides Solaria's monologue in the beginning.
Solaria did very good, however, I just don't think the other two, I think they had an idea, and, you know, good concepts don't always equal great execution, and I think that showed.
Yeah, still on the topic of Chai's group, I felt like Zia was probably the hardest to work with. You could literally tell by how she's typing that that bitch didn't want to be there. No effort at all.
I mean, hey, if she was worn out, she was worn out. But at that point, if you're still gonna go and do the challenge, give it your all, or at that point, don't show up. There's just not really a point in doing something just to give it half-assed. I think if you're gonna show up, you might as well go all the way.
None of Chai's jokes landed, which is probably the hardest thing to watch. You could tell that Chai was trying, but the material just wasn't there. Like, there was too much quoting of other LTs, and the true prompt I felt was very avoided by her in particular.
Unfortunately, she just drifted away very, very far from where she wanted to be with her group, and as you said, nothing really landed. It was kind of just an awkward, silent presentation. Yeah, I mean, she tried.
Let's start talking about Team Payday. What are your thoughts on this team?
I think it was overall a good team. However, I feel like in terms of comparing them to leftovers, they just weren't anything show-stopping. I would give them second best team. It just wasn't anything that I personally was very wowed by.
Right. I have lots to say here. Team
So say
Payday,
it, girl.
started off strong. I thought Angela had great one-liners, and Payday was volleying pretty well with me. But I think the
Agreed.
thing I feel the most about their group was that it was way too rehearsed for improv. I didn't even get to introduce horror at all. They literally walked in unpronounced. But it's improv.
Yeah. So the thing about improv is, it's improv. You're supposed to do it on the spot. It's supposed to be something that you're able to volley and go off of in the moment. And as you said, that shit was way too prepped. And I think they got way too confused with what they tried to do rather than living in the moment and actually giving what they should have.
Right. Without that mess, I think Angela and Payday's parts were good. But if I had to point out one person in particular, I thought Angela did the best out of the group.
Oh, agreed, completely. Angela, I think, definitely excelled in this challenge, at least in terms of that group. And she definitely did steal the show. I feel like in terms of the one I didn't really understand the most was horror, but she still did give it. Like, she wasn't bad by any means.
I also noticed like a lot being on set, being in the moment. When horror walked in the room, everybody else went silent. And it was like horror's moment. Like even as the host, I didn't get a word out because she had so much rehearsed. That's what I'm saying. It's improv. Don't come in there with lines prepared. It's not an acting challenge. It's literally improv. IMPROV. Hey.
Ooh, she spelled it out for them. It was just a little messy. It wasn't her best work. I'm hoping that she recovers next week and gives us more.
And honestly, speaking of mess, I just have to agree with myself. After watching that, it will not be renewed at all. No more seasons.
We didn't want it renewed anyway. To be real, you only won one season, bitch. You don't deserve a show that many times.
Hashtag mess. Because, like I said, I will see you in the parking lot afterwards where Kylie will be selling her t-shirts. Onto the runway. Category is Pretty in Pink. Brandon, this theme brings me back to the Siamia mini-season days.
This theme is so nostalgic. This was actually, I don't even know if you remember, because this was 2 years ago, but it's that Sakura look that I showed you from a while ago. And this theme was the very first theme I ever made a look to in Rodra. So I'm really excited to get to judge it on a film long term this time around.
Literally every single season we played almost always had quals as Pretty in Pink. Like without a doubt.
Because bitches were unoriginal, but honestly, the theme is pretty cute, but I don't know.
She's been ran through. Kylie knows a lot about that.
She's been ran through, and so have you. Mwah.
Oh, so first up on the runway is Angela. What are your thoughts on this look?
I thought this look was cute. What was missing for me, though, was kind of the pink. I felt as if, though, her pink was almost more like salmon, which, okay, that sounds so fucking stupid and annoying to, call that out, but it just wasn't really giving me very pretty in pink. The look itself, though, was very cute. I just wish it was more on theme with everyone else.
I get that, but I loved this runway. The Beyonce
Actually, can we cut that
reference.
out? Can I lie? Can I just say I like it?
No.
Please.
And that's getting left in too, bitch. That's getting left in too, bitch.
Stop, you're sick. Okay, next.
So next on the runway, we have Autumn.
Honestly, Autumn in terms of the theme, it was one of my favorites.
See, if I wouldn't have been on Atlas season 2, and the episode already aired, so I'm not leaking. This is literally the same look, just few more details as Chantel's look from episode whatever her premiere was.
Like the same, pretty much.
It's to a T, like same hair, same flowers, more stoning, but
well, then honestly, go Chantel, because I still think it was a cute look, and even though it was practically her entire look, just with a couple more details, Autumn still looked good.
moving on to our next queen on the runway, we have Chai Tea. What are your thoughts?
Oh, Chai. It's hard. I really like Chai. I think watching her is really entertaining, but this look for me, girl, was not it. It just wasn't. I was very, honestly bored. I wanted more.
I know you clocked that morphing issue with the arm. Kylie did not even try to hide it. That bitch's arm was
She
floating.
did not. Kylie left that shit in.
I think we can both agree that Chai's look is not giving.
It's not giving what it should have given. However, I hope she gets to redeem herself in the next runway because I know she has it. This just was not what she has.
Next up on the runway, Kylie, stop talking, bitch. Next up on the runway is Payday. Go ahead.
Payday! You absolutely, no, I hope when she sees this, Payday, you fucking tore this runway up. This was by far my favorite runway of the night. I think this was so cute, especially the reveal. It was just so fucking cunty. And honestly, the building was beautiful. It was just a great look overall.
I agree. I agree with everything you said. Very well built, very detailed. She ate. That's all there is to say.
And it's just cute. Like, bitch, it's Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty. What's that song by Avril
Oh,
Lavigne?
you are not a singer.
Like I said, catch me in the parking lot.
How many times are you gonna repeat it?
Must I remind you who's gonna be selling her t-shirts there?
Must I remind you who can't afford the t-shirts to sell? She got those $2 t-shirts from Walmart and bought a tie-dye kit and said, let me sell them.
Moving on to our next runway of the night, we have Rehab.
I thought this was cute. I do love a butterfly moment. I have a butterfly tattoo, so like slay. However, felt like, unless I'm colorblind, which honestly very much so is an option, I felt like this was purple.
This is pink, babe.
Okay, well.
This is pink. To a T.
Okay, well then I think I'm the problem here. I think this was cute. I just feel like when it comes to butterfly looks, they're so overdone that if it's nothing like crazy extravagant, it's kind of boring. However, it was still a cute look nonetheless. I think she looks pretty.
Right. I agree. Next up, we have Seizure, and I'll start with this one because I love the head, the stitching, the fluff coming out, but the rest of the look, I can't. You go.
Seizure, my dear, you are honestly one of my favorite road drag queens. You have the most crazy cunty style ever, but girl, this look was a mess. As Alex said, from the neck up, we live. From the neck down, I'm kind of bored. I wanted more. I know you have more to give, and this just kind of felt a bit simple and lazy.
It felt rushed. Next up on the runway, we have Salaria with by far my second favorite look of the night behind Paydays. I thought this was so creative. Like, she took an overused outfit and made it her own. I do have to say though, I don't feel like there's enough pink on this for the category. I feel like there's more cream than pink, but I still really like it, in my opinion.
I was gonna say, in terms of the theme, this felt very far-fetched. It's not really fully on theme. It's more like a third on the theme. However, in terms of the actual look, it is really cute. She did take an overused ass look, like in terms of the base outfit, and turned it. So it's a fun little moment. I just wish there was more pink considering what the theme was.
Next up on the runway, we have Whore, and I'll let you start.
I don't give a fuck what anyone says. This look was hilarious. Whore, I was living the second I saw this. I get it's kind of like a mess for a runway on like a drag race season. However, I don't care. I'm not mad. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cute. I thought the over-exaggerated eyeliner was funny, and I think the heels were crazy. Like, it was just overall a really fun look for me. Like, was it the most polished? No. Was it fun? Was it cute? Was she already not slaying the challenge, so it didn't really matter? Yes.
I'm gonna give this the same critique that I gave Angela on her premiere. This doesn't feel like Whore. This is like Patrick Star.
It is Patrick Star. So
Like, there's nothing Whore about it. The only thing that gives an ounce of Whore is is the eyelashes.
I thought it was eyeliner. Just coming off of her head.
Who
Really
cares? Who
Honestly, you're right.
cares?
Yeah, no. In terms of actual judging, this was not it. This should not in any way, shape, or form make its way to a drag race stage. However, I'm not the host, so I don't care. I thought it was fun, and I was kind of living. I was laughing, and, you know, we did a little Michelle finger wave.
to the next runway, we have Zia 818.
I thought this look was cute. I mean, I really don't. I think I'm one of the only people that doesn't like that wig, but I hate that wig. I just do not like it. I don't like how many people I've seen use it recently. But the look itself, from like the forehead down, I really like.
Like I said, or like the judges said, I feel like for a runway, it's not giving a runway, it's giving a lip sync outfit. I don't feel like nothing she did was polished enough for a runway challenge, in my personal opinion.
I definitely don't think it was anything show-stopping, but considering we had someone that reused someone else's look, and also I hate to say it because Chai, I do live for you, but Chai was also there, and Horde did Patrick Star, it really was not nearly the worst, I will say.
She played it safe, just not in the performance. The results are in. Rehab is crowned our winner of the week. Do you agree with this?
Oh, completely. Rehab absolutely stole the show.
I just want to point out, this is the Peachy show, equivalent to the Smiley Kylie show. Who won the Smiley Kylie show? Me. Bitch, I won it. Who won the season?
Who cares?
Me. Therefore, if the math is mathing, 2 plus 2 is 4, and 5 plus 5 is 10, Rehab's gonna win the season. Am I wrong?
I think Rehab definitely could take the crown. I think she's a very talented queen. However, as of now, I'm rooting for Payday. I'm honestly here to see Payday take the crown, but if Rehab does, she's very talented and she clearly deserves it too.
The math is mathing, then that will be the result. On the opposite end, the bottom 2 queens of the week are Chai T and Zia 818. And I'm gonna ask the same question. Do you agree with this?
Completely. I think that with Chai, as we said earlier, it was just so hard to watch. Improv clearly isn't her thing. I mean, it's not for everyone. We all have different talents, but she just bombed. And then Zia, she just did not want to be there.
It's cringy. It was so painful to be there. I wish everybody could experience it, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
We saw the episode. We all did experience it. And even from a secondhand shortened version, it was still hard to watch. Those are supposed to be a good thing. Run away.
Not in the good way. Our bottom 2 queens battle it out to Backstabber by Kesha, which is so fitting. As the song starts, they literally point to each other. Now, if you notice, prior to this, they fought in the workroom, so it only makes sense.
Yes, I think honestly that this was perfectly timed, and that sounds so bad because it's like I'm preying on their downfall. I'm sorry, but y'all were fighting and then you did awful and now you're in the bottom together to this song. I think that's just a poetic moment and it's kind of funny. I cannot lie.
I want your opinions on the lip sync overall. Who won this in your eyes?
The winner was very clear for me. I think Zia absolutely tore that lip sync. Unfortunately, Chai, she just did too many drops that didn't need to be there for me. And I felt like she had so many like front flips and tumbles that I was just a little lost. It wasn't bad. I've definitely seen a better lip sync.
Ooh, bitch. Just when you thought you knew what was going on. After Zia won the lip sync, by the way, Zia drops out of the competition. If you were put in Zia's shoes, would you do the same thing or just win and go on with your day?
I would have kept on going. It's only week 3 and one bottom really is so easy to recover from. So I don't really think quitting was the necessary choice to make.
Zia won. She tore.
Okay, well that was short. Anyways.
Well, unfortunately, Brandon, that means our time here is over. Do you have any last words before you receive the chop?
My last words, good luck to everyone on the cast, # Team Payday. If you're interested in anything that I'm doing, I'm currently hosting Winners at War of my long term. It is our 7th season. It's going really well. There's iconic winners on it. Karma just got first boot. Who'd have saw that coming? If you're interested, join the server and I'll see you all there.
Link down below. Thank you, Brandon, for joining me today.
Can I say kill yourself?
Thank you, Brandon, for joining me today on the pit stop. It was lovely having you here on the pit stop. You can stream Kylie's Drag Race right here on KDRTV exclusively every time a new episode airs. And don't hesitate to join me back on the pit stop following a new episode of Kylie's Drag Race.